Here at the Nürburgring then, the championship could be decided. It was Jamie Green from pole position, but a brilliant start for René Rast, who would put himself into P1 going into turn number 1. Primarily, René Rast had just got to win the race, and that would be enough for him to crown the DTM Championship for 2019. Nico Müller, his closest competitor in the championship, was going backwards. He'd already had a torrid qualifying and found himself almost at the back of the grid, so he would have a lot of work to do to try and get past cars. But René Rast ahead of Jamie Green, then it was Mike Rockefeller and Loic Duval, and Timo Glock was very racy, getting past Robin Frijns as well. So René Rast ahead of Jamie Green, then Mike Rockefeller, the top 3 places. Then it was Loic Duval and Robin Frijns, and Jonathan Aberdeen. What a part he would play in the race when it came towards the end of it. And there was Nico Müller. So René Rast in for his mandatory stop then, and comes out ahead of Nico Müller. Of course, René Rast would be on cold tyres. Nico Müller stopped earlier and was on tyres that were up to temperature. However, René Rast, as we split the screen, was able to generate enough temperature into those Hankook tyres to stop any threat from Nico Müller at that point. Jamie Green then came in for his mandatory stop and was released out into turn number 1. That hairpin as you run downhill, and as you can see, Jamie Green ahead of René Rast. But at this point, this would be enough. A P2 finish for René Rast. Given where Nico Müller was in the race, this would be enough for René Rast to become the DTM champion for 2019. So he was never going to push Jamie Green too hard. Or was he? As you can see, he certainly was, because René Rast is a racer and he wanted to get by Jamie Green. Jamie Green, of course, he was intent on securing his first DTM win of the season. So as they head through turn number 8 and up towards the chicane, this was Robin Frijns on Nico Müller, really pushing Nico Müller further back down the order, which was just what Nico Müller didn't need. That was for P6, and Nico Müller then, of course, became P7 with Robin Frijns ahead of him. What a danger man Robin could prove to be right at the end of the race, as first of all he picks off Loic Duval, as you can see, in towards the chicane, a textbook overtake, which we repeat for you here. With DRS use, he was able to go through that chicane ahead of Loic Duval and put himself into that P4 position at that point. Marco Wittmann, unfortunately, up until qualifying, was in with a championship chance, but having to retire the car really crowned what had been a rotten weekend for Marco Wittmann. Now, Robin Frijns was chasing the man that was aiming to seal the championship. And with another textbook move going into the chicane, Robin Frijns put himself ahead of René Rast. And all of a sudden, with that move, it meant that Nico Müller was still in the game. So René Rast relegated to P3. However, this was the decisive move of the race. Jonathan Aberdeen putting himself past Nico Müller through the chicane. That would be enough to assist René Rast in banking enough points to become the DTM champion. So Jonathan Aberdeen, what a part he played in this result, as Jamie Green would take the win from Robin Frijns to take P2, but René Rast taking P3 had sealed enough points to become the DTM champion for 2019. The last few laps were extraordinary, but Jamie Green celebrated the race win at Nürburgring. René Rast celebrated the championship win.